Good morning, council. Can you hear me? Hi, how are you? Well, nice to see you. Happy Saturday.
What happened? Like, you guys go away for the weekend and come back and
Not on my weekend. Shh, my mic's up.
properly.
I see the man with the
We see
earbud.
the PD's moving around. We see him.
Public Defender's Office, can you hear me? No.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Right. Okay, wait, let me see. So it's on right now, so you can't hear us? Can't hear me talking?
Hi, good morning.
Oh,
I can hear you.
Here we go.
All right. Osceola, you ready to start?
Okay, I can't hear her. I can't hear the judge.
Can you hear me,
I
Osceola?
can't hear the judge. You can hear us, but we cannot hear you.
Okay.
Can we set start for the week so you can ready for the week? Okay, Judge, speak to you.
Good morning, can you hear me okay?
All right.
Good morning, Judge. I can hear you.
All right, thank you.
So I
That'll-
think everyone was...
All right. You want me to call the name or you want me to call the name? All right, I'm going to go ahead and call your name. Has everybody been sworn? That's Raymond's. Public Defender and State appearances, please.
Yeah, my name's Javier Chavez.
We can't turn it down,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah, my name's Javier Chavez. I'm an attorney with the Public Defender's Office.
Thank you. An appearance from the state. And
Vaughn Marie, Bias Black, on behalf of the state.
I'm Judge Bigney. I'm going to go ahead and start your first appearances. When I call your name, please step forward. Raquel Baez. Raquel Baez Colon. Good morning. You're here for a charge of no motor vehicle registration and attached tag not assigned. State, does she have priors?
Judge, I'm sorry. I'm Officer Dunkirk with PTR. Ms. Baez has previously bonded. We were going to remove her from the room.
All right, thank you. All right, you've bonded, you'll be released, and I do find probable cause for the record.
One more. Hold on one second. Judge, the COs are asking if we could possibly take, let me see here, Mr. Juvenile Figueroa. He was a reset from yesterday.
What's the name?
It should be the last name on the docket.
Got it. So that's Figueroa, John Vanel.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
I'll take that defendant out of order.
Thank you, Judge. And then after that, the judge, it's very important that they ask for another one, so we can actually have Yasmin Carlson on deck after.
Got it. Will do.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, where is Jonavel Figueroa? Mr. Figueroa, how old are you?
20.
How old? Your age?
20.
Did he say 20? All right, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to help you with your case. You're here for a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It is domestic in nature. I do find probable cause. You are entitled to a monetary bond in this matter. I'll set your bond at $2,500. I'm ordering no contact with the victim and possess no weapons. Weapons need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. How do you know Gafat? Do you live with him?
The who?
The victim in the case?
Yes, I do.
Public defender?
Yes, Judge, they live together.
All right.
Yes, Judge, they live together.
Thank you. No return to the property. I'll allow one-time return as long as you are accompanied by an officer to collect some belongings, and no contact with the victim. Thank you, sir.
Judge, he has two cases.
He has 2 cases, Judge. Did you call both?
Thank you, PD. On record on Osceola 19 CF 1661. On that case, you're also here for a charge of aggravated assault with a weapon. The bond was previously set at $2,500. Possess no weapons. And no contact with the victim, no return to the scene. Thank you, sir. The next person I'm addressing is Yasmin Carlson.
So am I standing here? Am I standing right here?
Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender. Are you Ms. Carlson?
Yes, I'm Miss Carlson.
You're here for one charge of battery on a law enforcement officer, threat to do bodily harm to a law enforcement officer, disorderly intoxication, resisting officer with violence, resisting officer without violence, and battery on a law enforcement officer. I find probable cause for all these charges. I'm ordering that you not possess any weapons. If you own any, they need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release from Orange County Jail. I'm also ordering Osceola County Jail. No return to the scene of the crime. You're not to possess, and you're not to possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs or any alcohol. Does the state have any objection to me doing subsidiary bonds?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, on the battery misdemeanor, modify that bond to 100. On the battery on a law enforcement officer, stay that bond. Count 2, $100. Count 4, $100. The resisting officer with violent, $150. The bat Leo, $150. And the final count is also going to be $150. Threat is $100. Thank you. The next person I'm addressing is Enrique Camacho Rodriguez. Mr. Camacho Rodriguez, you're here because you failed to appear for a court date. You're being held at no bond status. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yep.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint the services of the public defender. You'll remain at no bond status. Good luck to you, sir. The next person is Stephen Daniel Coleman.
He bonded, Judge.
Thank you. The next person is Wilson Feliciano Figueroa. Wilson Feliciano Figueroa.
Judge, I believe he needs a Spanish interpreter.
Okay, I'll put on the Spanish interpreter docket.
Your Honor, good morning. The interpreter is on the line.
All right, thank you. Sir, are you Wilson Feliciano Figueroa?
Señor, ¿es usted Wilson Feliciano Figueroa?
I'm gonna see what you say.
Do you speak English or Spanish?
No, it's Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
Yes.
They're speaking to you in Spanish.
Okay.
Does he need an interpreter or not?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. All right, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Señor, ¿desea usted un defensor público para que le asista con su caso?
Okay.
All right, based on English speak.
It appears as though he's hard of hearing as well, Judge. It's really loud over on this side. I don't know why he's not being able to understand.
Okay, so there might be a medical basis. Corrections, what's the recommendation on his release? Is he PTR eligible?
Yeah, he is PTR eligible, Judge. He's got prior trespass and 2 FTAs. His last conviction was in 2018
I'll do
for
PTR.
trespassing.
Okay. I'm appointing a public defender based on your English being a second language. You're here for a charge of trespass. I find probable cause. I'll modify your bond to $100 or PTR, your choice, and no return to Circle K.
Judge, he does qualify. Can we just put him as a direct
Yes,
with
ma'am.
no return as a
That's fine. Correct. I'll do PTR.
Señor Feliciano,
He's hard of hearing.
¿usted califica?
I have a Spanish. Feliciano,
Yes.
Who's the next one?
can you hear him?
What's going on?
I didn't know if the interpreter wanted to try.
I'm fine with repeating. I jotted everything down.
Go for it.
Señor Feliciano, la juez le está asignando un defensor público para que le asista en su caso. Le van a permitir salir bajo, con libertad previa a juicio. No tendrá que pagar fianza monetaria. Se le prohíbe a usted regresar al Circle K debido a que la acusación es intrusión ilícita. Así es que, por favor, no regrese al Circle K.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gracias.
Go ahead, sit down.
The next person is William Flores Figueroa.
Judge, I don't think he's available. I think he's still detoxing, so can we reset this for tomorrow?
Yes, reset to tomorrow, temporarily appoint the public defender in his case. Thank you, sir. The next person is Adele Deborah Fisher. Adele Deborah Fisher.
Yes.
Good morning, Ms. Fisher. Would you like a public defender to help you with your case?
Good morning. I guess so. I have a lawyer, but I guess I,
You have a lawyer.
yeah.
I'll appoint a public defender to help you with your case. You're here for pursuant to an arrest warrant for a violation of probation on the underlying charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll enter denials in your matter, and you'll remain at no bond status, ma'am.
Okay.
The next person is Cesar Manuel Flores Aguilera. Sir, you're here for a charge of battery. It is domestic violent in nature. Is the victim present or any contact with the victim?
We made contact with the victim, Judge, and she requested no contact. And also, Mr. Flores only has one prior that was null prost in the state of Florida, battery with the same victim.
All right, thank you.
He has no convictions.
Sir, would you like a lawyer to help you with your domestic violence case?
I would.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I'll appoint a public...
ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I'll appoint a public defender to help you with your case. You are entitled to a monetary bond. Sir, I'm setting your bond at $1,000. You're to have no contact with the victim, Laritza Hernandez Cordova. You cannot contact her even for the purposes of the child. You cannot go back to where she lives or works. You're also ordered to surrender any weapons. If you do own any weapons, they need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release from Orange County Jail. Osceola County Jail. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next person is Pablo Jose Franco. Mr. Franco, do you have a public defender or an attorney helping you with your case?
No, ma'am.
Would you like a public defender?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint the services of the public defender to help you. Sir, you're here on a warrant, a capias. You missed your court date to address a case number 17 CT 3551. You do have a bond. That bond is $2,999, sir. The public defender's office will help you with your case. Thank you, sir. The next person is Nelson Luis Jerez Martinez.
Judge, he's not present. I think there is a mental health issue. Can we reset this for tomorrow?
Yes, I'll go ahead and reset to tomorrow, temporarily appoint the public defender, and stay the bond. I do find probable cause for the record.
Judge, I'm Officer Dunkirk. I'm with pretrial release. Mr. Jerez Martinez has no convictions. There is a mental health hold for him, and we're recommending ROR so he can be Baker acted.
All right. I'll state any objection? No objection, Your Honor. I'll put him on ROR, abide by all trespass orders, no return to the scene of the crime.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. The next person is Andre Dwedham.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you're here for a charge of reckless driving. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender to help you with this charge. I find probable cause. Corrections, does he have any history?
Judge, he has a possession of paraphernalia in Orange County, which was a withhold. He has juvenile history, and he meets the criteria of PTR.
All right, I'm going to put you on pretrial release, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jedwa. I'll appoint the public defender. The next person I'm addressing is Stephen Molero Rosario.
Spanish interpreter, Judge.
Also, Judge, I don't think he's going to be here. I think we're going to have to reset this for tomorrow.
All right, for the record, I do find probable cause for strong armed robbery. I'm staying the bond for $5,000. We'll readdress tomorrow. The next person is Jacob Elia Munoz.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Would you like a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, Judge.
I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender to help you with your case. Sir, you're here for a charge of assault. I find probable cause. I'll stay the bond at $250. I also find probable cause for resisting an officer without violence and trespass. On both of those counts, I'm reducing the bond to $100. You're to have no contact with the victim, no return to the scene of the crime, and you're not to possess any weapons, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're
Judge,
welcome.
he does not have any prior history arrest.
All right, on the assault,
no
I
criminal
want,
history.
I'll stay the bond on, as I listed. Thank you,
Okay,
corrections.
thank you, Judge.
250, 100, 100. The next person is Brenda Fabiola Oliveira. Ma'am, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, and I need an interpreter, please.
We need a Spanish interpreter for her, Judge.
Madam Interpreter, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, and can you interpret, ask her if she wants a public defender?
Señora, ¿usted desea los servicios de un defensor público?
Sí, gracias.
Yes, thank you.
I'll appoint a public defender to help you with your case. Ma'am, you're here for a
Yes.
charge of battery, domestic violence. Corrections, have you had contact with the victim, Mr. Rodrigo?
Yes, he requests contact, and he said that he would go to Orange County to attend the hearing. And Ms. Olvera has no prior history.
What time was he noticed to be here? Anybody know?
We spoke to him this morning, Judge. My apologies, I don't know the time.
What time or what?
Corrections, do you know what time he was told to be at Orange County so I can take his testimony?
No, Judge, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to put it at the end of the Osceola docket. If he comes in, I'll readdress it.
Señora
Thank you,
Olvera,
Judge.
usted se le acusa de agresión física como violencia doméstica. Se le asigna al defensor público para que la represente. La víctima en este caso fue el señor Rodrigo. Él dijo que él desea tener contacto con usted y deseaba estar presente para la audiencia esta mañana. Nadie está seguro si le dijeron la hora. Él iba a venir al tribunal del condado Orange. Van a volver a llamar su caso al final a ver si le da tiempo a él de llegar.
Ok, él me dijo que a las 10 de la mañana porque
I'll
llamé
recall
para
your case,
preguntar
ma'am.
ayer.
Llamarán su caso de nuevo más adelante, señora.
Thank you.
Public defender in Orange County, if there are any PC challenges or issues, go ahead and write them on a sticky note, so when I go through the docket, I'll have them ready to go. Thank you.
Judge, I'm sorry, Judge, we were just informed that he was advised at 10:30.
Okay, well, I'll readdress it in just a moment.
He can physically be there.
Christopher Palancio Perez.
They don't let him up. They don't let him up upstairs. They hold him downstairs, like they hold him all together. Then after we're done, they'll do the
Morning,
DP
Your Honor.
docket.
Good morning, sir. Sir, do you need a public defender to help you with your case?
I actually had a public defender for this case.
All right, well, they'll continue to stay on your case. You're here for a warrant out of another county, and you'll be held at no bond status for charges of possession of a controlled substance, possession of cannabis, as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. You'll be transported back to Orange County, and you'll have a first appearance here. Thank you, sir. The next person is Michael Sigfred Quiones. Good morning, Mr. Quiones. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case if you don't have a lawyer already?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, counsel, do you know? Okay, so I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender to help you. You missed your pretrial conference to address a false information to law enforcement officer case, as well as a driving with license suspended. I'll stay the bond. Your total bond is $10,149, sir. Thank you.
Did you address both cases, Judge?
May I see it? Thank you, counsel. Recall on Michael Sigfred Quinones. Sir, I'm sorry, I did leave out a charge. You're also here for a second case. That's 19 CF 1461, fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, count 1, as well as driving with license suspended with knowledge. I do find probable cause. I'll also appoint a public defender on that case. Based on your history, your other open case, on count 1, the fleeing and attempting to elude, I'm setting a bond of $7,500. On the driving with license suspended, I'll set that bond at $100. Your new bond on this case is $7,600, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. The next person I'm addressing is Veronica Rodriguez Ramos.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Case number 19 CF 1664. Do you want a public defender to help you with your case, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint them. You're here for a charge of fraudulent use of a credit card more than 2 times, grand theft, and theft of a credit card with intent to use. Probable cause has been found. I'm ordering no return to any of the merchants, no contact with any victims, and I'll go ahead and stay the bond at $700.
Judge, Ms. Rodriguez is also out on Osceola County probation for a DUI in case number 18 CT 2616.
What was the date of that VOP start? Do you know?
Let me see just one moment.
Is there a 5-day hold on her?
Not at this moment, Judge. If you do an on-view, there will be a 5-day hold on her.
Okay, but what's the date she was placed on probation?
August of last year.
All right, I'll go ahead and treat that as an on,
Probation.
yeah, based on that date, I'll treat it as an on-view and hold her at no bond status. And what's that case number,
Thank you,
ma'am?
Judge. 18 CT 2616, Judge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Judge, can the public defender be appointed on both cases?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
The next person is Tanya Claudette Ruby. Tanya Claudette Rudy.
Judge, I don't think they brought her here, so can we reset it for tomorrow?
Yes, I do find probable cause in the interim. I'll stay the bond. Let me do a recall on Brenda Fabiola Olvera. Spanish interpreters needed. Ma'am, we have not heard from your husband.
Señora, no hemos sabido nada de su esposo.
You are entitled to a bond. Your bond will be $1,000. You're
Usted
not
tiene el
to,
derecho a,
go ahead.
usted tiene el derecho a fianza. Su fianza será fijada en $1,000.
You're not to possess any weapons. Weapons need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release from jail.
Se le prohíbe tener arma alguna. Si usted tiene algunas armas, tendrá que entregarlas dentro de 6 horas de ser puesta en libertad.
You're to have no contact with Rodrigo Coronado, and you need to live separately.
Se le prohíbe tener contacto con Rodrigo Coronado y usted deberá vivir aparte de él.
I'll allow you to return to the marital home just one time as long as you're accompanied by a police officer.
le voy a permitir regresar a la vivienda solamente una vez a la residencia marital para recobrar sus efectos personales, pero deberá hacerlo acompañado de un oficial de la ley.
Thank you, ma'am.
And my baby,
Gracias, señora.
but my baby. Excuse me, mi bebé, ¿me lo puedo llevar?
What about my baby? Can I take the baby with me?
Ma'am, you'll need to talk to your attorney to give you advice, but you're to have no contact with your husband. Not even for purposes of the child.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, could you repeat that for the... A usted se le prohíbe tener contacto con su esposo, no puede tener contacto con él tan siquiera para hablar sobre el niño.
But I keep it the baby or not? I keep it the baby or no?
I can't give you any legal advice. No, we're looking for a man.
No le puedo dar consejo legal alguno, señora.
Thank you, ma'am.
But what I do?
Gracias, señora.
The next person is Chris Santana Rosario.
He also wasn't brought over, Judge. Can we reset it for tomorrow?
Yes, I'll reset for tomorrow. I do find probable cause in this matter. And he'll remain at, and I'll also readdress the criminal mischief that he's out on bond on tomorrow. The next person is Alexandra Torres Santiago. Alexandra Torres Santiago.
I need an interpreter.
Corrections, does Miss Santiago have any priors, and is she,
She needs an interpreter, Judge, and she has no criminal history whatsoever. This is her first.
okay, thank you. Let's go ahead and use the interpreter. Ma'am, you're here for a charge of battery.
Señora, usted está aquí acusada de agresión física.
Do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
¿Usted desea un defensor público para que le asista con su caso?
Sí, por favor.
Yes, please.
I'll appoint a public defender. At this time, I
Le
find
asignaré
probable,
el defensor público.
I find probable cause for the charge. I'm setting your bond at $500. No contact with Eric Danielle Dominguez. Maintain a separate residence. I'll allow for a one-time return as long as you're accompanied by a police officer and you're not to possess any weapons. Weapons to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. And you're not to possess, use, or consume any alcohol or any illegal drugs.
Señora, encuentro un motivo fundado por la acusación de agresión física. Le voy a fijar su fianza en $500. Se le prohíbe tener contacto con Eric Daniel Domínguez. Deberá usted mantener vivir aparte en una residencia por separado. Le permitiré regresar a la vivienda solamente una vez acompañada con un oficial de la ley. Se le prohíbe usted tener arma alguna. Si usted tiene armas, usted deberá entregarlas dentro de 6 horas de ser puesta en libertad. Se le prohíbe utilizar alcohol o drogas.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gracias, señora.
Gracias.
Thank you.
State and corrections, can you let me know who's out there and what case they're on? The next person I'm addressing is Nairi Tucker.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Do you need a public defender to help you with any of your cases?
Yes, ma'am, this is.
Is that a yes?
Yeah,
Do you want,
it is.
okay. Sir,
I said yes, this one.
all right, I'll go ahead and
Yes,
appoint a
ma'am.
public defender. Corrections, is there a 5-day hold on him because he's a violent felony offender?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'll go ahead and stay the 5-day hold. There is a 5-day hold based on your release status here in Orange County. I do find probable cause for the possession of controlled substance, 2-wit heroin. Hold on a second. Possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of marijuana. I'm staying the bond on count 1. On count 2 and 3, I'll modify those bonds to $100 apiece. Your bond has been reset to $2,700. Looks like you want to say something, sir. You do have an attorney, and all of your statements are being recorded. Why don't you confer with him? The man to your right. All right, thank you, sir.
Judge, he has two cases. Apparently the officer did an on-view violation for the case that he is out in Orange County for.
Okay, can you put the case number on record?
In Orlando, right? Yeah, I know that.
It's a charging affidavit, Judge. It's case number 15 CF 14211.
All right, and that's the case that I addressed because of the violent felony offender status. I'll hold him at no bond.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, thank you, Judge.
Bottom line is have her address both cases. That's what I would require. Have her go.
The next person I'm addressing is Karad Young.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Mr. Young, do you want a public defender to help you with your charge of driving with license suspended with knowledge?
No, thank you.
Did he say no, thank you?
You don't want a
I have a lawyer.
He has an attorney, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, on that case, I'm going to stay the bond. I find probable cause, stay that bond at $500. Sir, you're also already out on bond in case number 18MM4176 for cannabis and possession of drug paraphernalia. In that matter, I will revoke your release and hold you at no bond status. You're also out on bond on felony case number 19 CF 547 for burglary of a vehicle and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Because of your no bond status, I'm going to hold you at no bond on that too. Thank you, sir. Let your attorney know you're in jail. The next person is Jose Manuel Nazario. Good morning, Mr. Nazario. You're here for a violation of community control. I'll appoint a public defender to help you with your case. You're being held at no bond status, sir. The underlying offense is possession of a controlled substance. Good luck to you, sir. Yes. The next person is Nikki Schatzberg. Good morning, Ms. Schatzberg. Probable cause has been found for 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. Would you like a public defender to help you with that case?
I have one.
What did she say?
Say yes, so you get.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, Judge, go ahead and appoint a public defender.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and put the public defender on the case. I'll stay those bonds. That bond total is $2,300. I believe you're also,
My bond, I have felony fraud, so they.
all right, you may not
revoked
want to
my
say
bond
anything
on that.
else. All of your statements are being recorded. Corrections, is she in on something else?
Yes, Judge, she is currently in custody on burglary, case number
No, that's not.
19 CF 1154. And it was amended to a trespass. I do not have that number, that case number with me.
But it has been filed upon?
I have to check our clerk of court only because of the fact that
If it was filed as
she's
a
in custody
trespass,
on it.
Time served on it.
she could,
I'm sorry, Judge?
so is that case closed or open? I'll take no action on it then. I'll just stay
Okay.
the bonds that I put on record. Thank you.
So how much is the bond?
All right, that concludes Osceola County. Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
So let's take a brief recess. First, and then what? Oh, I'm sorry, Spanish first. Just two, and who's the victim or the witness?
One is on the James Aline case, Judge.
Who is it on?
The James Aline case, her name is Carla Saldana.
And is that your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll try to work them in as soon as we can.
No problem, Judge.
All right, corrections, let me know when you're ready, or do you need a break? I missed my balance ball, I can't sit. Pardon me? They're gonna work them in as soon as they can, Mr. Brown. On weekends, we only have part staff, so. Okay. What's your client's name, Mr. Brown?
P-H-I-P-P-S.
Is it a felony or misdemeanor? Okay,
I'm challenging PC.
all right. Let the state know.
I thought her.
Thank you. Do I do this interpreter? Is this how I do my interpreter here? They don't do that, or they come in? What?
I don't know what names they were saying.
I don't know either. Phipps was one of them. Oh, Madam Interpreter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let me give you a minute. Okay, thank you. Let me know when I can hear. I can't hear you whispering. I know. Okay, you let me know when we're ready on the Spanish interpreter. What do I press? No? So you can fix it for me. Madam Interpreter, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Have you been sworn in?
I have not, Your Honor.
Do you solemnly swear to interpret from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do. Astrid Rodriguez, certified interpreter.
All right, thank you, Ms. Rodriguez. Sorry about that.
No worries, Your Honor.
Appearance for the state in the Public Defender's Office.
Albright on behalf of the Public Defender's Office.
Thank you, Ms. Albright.
Marie Baez Black on behalf of the state.
All right, thank you. Sir, please tell me your name.
Miguel González Velázquez.
Miguel González Velázquez.
Sir, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Sí.
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender to help you. I find probable cause for a charge of driving with license suspended. As a habitual traffic offender, I'm going to stay the bond as listed at $2,500, sir. Good luck to you. Sir, what is your name?
Andy Soto.
Mr. Silva, you're here for,
Andy,
Sí.
you're here for a violation of probation. The underlying offense is driving under the influence. You're being held at no bond status. You'll remain at no bond status. I'll enter denials. Sir, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Sí, por favor.
yes, please.
I'll appoint the public defender. Good luck to you, sir. I believe that's it for the interpreters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, your name, please?
Jesse Phipps.
Come on, Mr. Phipps. Give me a moment to find his paperwork. Felony. Can you look in this back half of the stack? Phipps with a P, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The one before him was Pavlov, bonded, was another one of my clients.
That's- Thank you. All right, Mr. Phipps, good morning. You're represented by counsel. Counsel appearances for the record.
Michael Brown on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
Sir, you were arrested for burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, criminal mischief, trespass on property after warning, as well as grand theft. Defense counsel, it's my understanding you're objecting to probable cause as to which count?
As to the felonies.
I'm sorry, what did you
As
say?
to the two felonies.
Just the felonies?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the basis for your objection?
Judge, I don't think he intended to break in to a curtilage with an intent to commit a crime. I don't see where anything was stolen either for grand theft. Or and challenge the value as to that as well. It's a best of trespass.
Depriving use of the camera. Okay, or at least deactivating it. Defense, I'm gonna overrule your objection on this. Corrections, do you have a face sheet for him? I know it's in here, but it's out. Can I borrow? Thank you. So I do find that there's probable cause for the burglary of an unoccupied dwelling, criminal mischief, and trespass on property, as well as grand theft. So I'm overruling your objection. He does not qualify for pretrial release and he is of above average risk. He doesn't have a lot of, state, what's your position on bonds? Stay 'em? Or
Your Honor, the state will be asking for the bonds to be stayed.
defense, do you want me to do subsidiary bonds?
I'd ask for reduced bonds, Your Honor, here.
Okay. So on count one, stay the bond at $5,000. On count two, 100, count three, 100, and count four, 150. Sir, you need to abide by all trespass orders. You're to have no contact with the victim and no return to the scene of the crime.
So we're at 5,350 now?
5,350.
Thank you, Judge.
Do you have anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thanks for your patience this morning. Thank you, Mr. Phipps.
Thank you, Judge. And Judge, I was here on Pavlov, but he bonded,
Okay,
so when they get to that, thank you.
thank you.
No big excuse?
Yes, sir.
Have a
Good
good
luck.
weekend, Judge.
Have a good day. Counsel, what case are you here on?
Good morning, Judge. James Aleem, he's approaching the podium. Daryl Smith for the record.
Is it a felony charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
James Ali. Can I give this to you to see if you can- All right, on record on felony case number 19 CF 6784. Sir, you were arrested for a charge of battery by strangulation, domestic violence, as well as battery, and I do find probable cause you are entitled to monetary bonds. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. I'll have you sworn in. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you'll give today is the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I swear.
Ma'am, how do you know Mr. Ali?
We known each other since high school.
And are you in a relationship with him?
We're married. We've been married for 2 years.
And were you living together at the time of this offense?
Yes.
Are you afraid of Mr. Ali?
No.
Would you like him to return home?
Yes.
Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Were drugs or alcohol a factor in any of this?
No.
All right, State, any questions for the witness?
If any situation would ever occur again, will you call 911?
Yes, I will. Can I say something?
Ma'am, all of your statements are being recorded and can be used against you. I can't make a decision on whether or not to drop the case. Counsel, do you have any questions for your witness?
Ms. Aldano, have you done a declination in this case?
Yes, I have done a declination.
Okay.
I don't have any further questions, Judge.
All right, so sir, you are entitled to monetary bond. Based on the facts of this case, on count one, I'm setting your bond at $2,000. On count two, I'll do $100. Your total bond is $2,100. You do have conditions. You're to have no hostile contact with the victim, your wife, and you're not to possess any weapons, Mr. Aline. If you do own any weapons, they need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, ma'am, do you have any questions for me before we end his case this morning?
No, I do not.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Sir, what's your name? Back on the PD's docket. Case number 13MM487. Sir, you qualify for the public defender. I'm going to appoint them to represent you in this case. You're here for a violation of probation. You're being held at no bond status, so I'll enter denials in this matter. Anything else, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Next person is Michael Carroll.
Yeah.
Mr. Carroll, good morning. You're here for a charge of battery domestic violence. Do you plan to hire your own attorney, represent yourself, or do you want a public defender?
No, I'll just do it myself.
Okay. Case number 19MM3975. Sir, I do find probable cause for this offense. Ma'am, your name, please?
Linda Gray.
Ms. Gray, go ahead and raise your right hand. I'll have you sworn in. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you'll give is the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Gray, how do you know Michael?
He's my son.
Are you afraid of your son?
When he's on his medication, no, but he is not he's not compliant with his meds currently.
Okay. Was
And-
he living with you at the time?
Yes, I am his legal conservator. He's a resident of the state of Connecticut, and I have a probate court order. It's similar to like the Florida permanent guardianship, I
Yes.
guess. But I have this for you if you need a copy of it.
Okay. Do you want him to return home?
No, he needs to go back to a mental health hospital for reevaluation and forced medication compliance.
All right.
I brought all his medications with me. They're in my car. They told me to leave them there.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Sir, do you understand why you're here?
Yeah, she's giving me pills that I don't need, and she was insulting me for like at least 5-6 times
All
a
right.
day for the past year, and I finally snapped at her.
So there's a public defender. That's a lawyer who can help you with your case. How about I let them help you with your case? Would you like that?
That's fine.
All right, I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender. What are your thoughts on doing mental health pretrial release if he qualifies with a no contact order with you?
He
If
has
they-
nowhere else to go.
Well, if they
he
find
has-
him a bed at a treatment place, they could put him in there.
Would he be able to go straight from here to?
If he qualifies, it's gonna take about 5 days, 3 to 5 days to see if he qualifies.
When is
So
this?
what happens between that period?
He's gonna stay in here while everybody works on a place for him to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Can he's been diagnosed medically as autistic and schizophrenic. I don't know if I said that already.
So
but-
there's some competency issues too?
Oh, that's why I'm his conservator. He absolutely should have a lawyer now.
Okay.
I have plenty of medical records to prove everything.
Okay, so he's gonna have an attorney who will help him with his case.
Okay,
And I
good.
understand that you don't wanna have contact. So I'm gonna do mental health pretrial release if he qualifies. Counsel, if he doesn't, I'm gonna give him a $1,000 bond just in case your office can file any motions. You're not to contact your mom.
Okay,
You're not to have any weapons.
okay,
You need to live somewhere else where your mom's not living.
okay,
And you need to take any prescription medications and see the doctor, okay?
okay, you can tell her to get the money out of the bank that's mine, that's in her bank account.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carroll. Your attorneys will help you with your case. Good luck to you, sir. Good, thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I just don't understand. He's gonna be held here until there's a place for him at a facility?
If they don't find a place in a facility, he's entitled to a monetary bond or some terms of release. So if they can't put him there and he can't bond out, they'll reset his case for a hearing in front of a judge.
Because
ma'am.
he's so sick, what will happen is he'll go and hide in the woods like he,
Okay.
and
Somebody needs to bond him out, or somebody needs to release him.
so if I don't do that, then that means he stays here until he gets to go to a
I
hospital?
can't give you any legal advice, but he does have an attorney who represents him during the criminal
I'm his
proceeding.
mom, so I'm worried about his safety.
I understand that too. I'm a
And
mom.
mine,
I understand
clearly.
that. So I did no contact. I did mental health pre-trial release. Hopefully they'll find him a bed.
Okay, because I am responsible, according to Connecticut, I'm still responsible for him.
All right.
So I
No-
need to know where he is and,
Okay, well,
Okay.
you can check the Orange County Jail inmate system to see if he's been transferred over.
does anybody here need this probate paperwork from Connecticut?
He will have an attorney, Ms. Gray, his attorney to establish competency can reach out to you, okay?
Okay, so I'll go to that?
You can do that. I can't, all
Okay,
right.
thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gray. Sir, what's your name?
Willie Griffin.
Mr. Griffin, you're here for a charge of possession of a weapon or ammunition by a convicted felon. You qualify for a public defender. They'll help you with this case. I find probable cause for that and the resisting officer without violence. I'll go ahead and stay the bonds. You're not to possess any weapons. All weapons to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. Total bond is $4,150, sir. Good luck
right.
to you.
All right.
Are you Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Miller. You're here in case number 19 CF 6806. I'm going to appoint a public defender to help you with this case. I find probable cause for the offense of petty theft with 2 or more convictions. Because this is an add-on charge, I'm going to set your bond as a subsidiary at $150. No return to the scene of the crime, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
The next person is Daquan White. Are you Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. White, you're here in case number 19 CF 6779 for a charge of robbery with a firearm. I find probable cause as well as proof evident presumption great. You're being held at no bond status. You're also on probation. I'll consider all that and I'll appoint a public defender. You're to have no weapons and no contact with any victims or witnesses. Thank you, Mr. White. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Ty Williams.
Mr. Williams, you're here for a charge of burglary of a dwelling as well as petty theft. I'll go ahead and appoint a public defender in case number 19 CF 676, as well as case number 19 MM 3961 for voyeurism. Defense counsel, did you want to be heard on both of these cases?
Yes, Judge, with regard to 19 CF 6776, the count of petty theft, Your Honor, I don't believe there's probable cause for that charge. Per the arrest affidavit, it seemed that the use of a chair in furtherance of the voyeurism was the alleged theft. It didn't seem to amount to a theft at all. There was no taking of the
I agree
chair.
with that.
It just seemed like an odd charge.
Do you want me to just, I found I can find PC to everything else and treat the voyeurism as a subsidiary. State any objection?
Your Honor, the state would add to the record that the share used for the voyeurism was the neighbor's share, Luis Rosario Ferrer, and
Oh,
the
that's a-
defendant did temporarily deprive him of the property in furtherance of the voyeurism.
Hold on, let me reread this. All right, defense counsel, I'm going to overrule your objection. I do find probable cause for all charges, the burglary, petty theft, and the voyeurism. I'll modify the bond on the voyeurism to $250, treating it as a subsidiary. I'm ordering that you have no return to the scene of the crime, that you have no contact with any witnesses, and that you not possess any weapons. If you do own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release from jail, sir. Give me just a moment to find one of your other cases as well. Corrections, is he out on bond in 19 MM 3643?
Yes.
What was the date of his bonding out? Anybody know? Thank you. $213. All right, sir, based on the fact that you're out on bond, and has the state made a filing decision on that? Is charges pending?
It counts, yes.
Okay. Sir, based on does he already have a PD?
Yes.
So based on the fact that you're already out on bond and these offenses are somewhat similar, I'll go ahead and revoke your release, hold you at no bond status in 19 MM 3643. Your attorneys can further assist you. Alfonso Hernando. Sir, you're here for a charge of possession of and consumption of alcohol in a public place. I'll release you ROR, or I can go ahead and do an adjudication time served offer on this case. Do you want a lawyer to help you with your case? Do you need a lawyer? No? How do you plead to the charge of possession of alcohol in a public place? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty, sir? I can't hear you. And if you were on probation when you committed this offense, do you understand that by pleading today, you would be subject to a violation of probation? Do you understand that, sir? All right. Are you still hungover? Are you still feeling the effects of any alcohol or drugs? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to reset you to tomorrow, or ROR you. I'll just ROR him straight up. I do find probable cause. After he detoxes and ROR. Torrenta Foster? All right, yesterday he was mental health. I do want to find that probable cause has previously been found. I'll stay the bond at $100 on 458. And on 457, the trespass, I'll stay that bond as well. The public defender's office was temporarily appointed, so we'll take it off docket. Justin Nunchester?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you're here in case number 19MO901 for lying on a sidewalk. The offer on this case is a time-served offer or a $100 bond. Do you want a lawyer to help you with your case?
No, ma'am.
Sir, how do you plead to the charge of lying on a sidewalk in downtown?
Guilty.
And do you understand that if you were on probation yesterday when you committed this offense, your terms of probation would be violated?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by pleading to this charge. Do you understand that too?
Yes, ma'am.
And, sir, did you read that plea form today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you signed it in court?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need any time to talk to a lawyer?
No, ma'am.
All right, at this time, I'll accept your plea of guilty. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served. I'll give you until June 1st of 2020 to pay your court costs, Mr. Nunchester. You have 30 days to appeal. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am, me too.
The next person is Kelly Welch, 19MM3985. Good morning. Are you Mr. Welch?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Welch, do you need a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint a public defender. Sir, I find probable cause for this charge of trespass. I'll reduce your bond to $250 in this matter. Abide by all trespass orders. Any objection to a 3-day offer of state?
No objection to a 3-day offer.
3-day offer, he'll be released tomorrow, or maybe even today. Today.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, he'd like to plead guilty.
All right, sir, how do you plead to the charge of trespass? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
No contest.
Do you understand that if you were on probation when you committed this offense, your terms of probation would be violated?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, do you also understand that if you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by pleading to this charge?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, did you read this plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this your signature down here?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes, ma'am.
Corrections, can you have counsel sign that? At this time, I'll accept your plea of guilty. You're hereby adjudicated guilty, sentenced to 3 days with credit for 2. Pay your court costs by June 1st of 2020. That's over a year. And abide by all trespass orders. You have 30 days to appeal. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Michael Irabrai.
Mr. Ergabai, you're here for a state misdemeanor violation. The charge to it is paraphernalia. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Strike that. Similar to charges of resisting officer without violence because you didn't obey their commands, I find probable cause. Sir, if you would like to resolve the case, the offer with or without an attorney is an adjudication, 4 days in the county jail with credit for 2 days time served. Do you want a lawyer to help you with your case?
I do not.
Okay, how do you plead to the charge of resisting officer without violence? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
I did not resist an officer.
All right, so I'll go, do you have any mental health problems?
I do not.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and enter a plea of not guilty in this case, but based on your lack of ties to the community, I'm gonna set your bond at $100, okay, sir?
I do not have finances to pay the bonds at the moment. I don't
Okay,
know.
sir. So I'll do PTR if you qualify or bond of $100. So I did reduce it by 150, okay, sir? Are you sure you don't want a lawyer to help you with your case?
I mean, like I said, I did not resist an officer, and I see no reason why I should.
Okay.
Um,
I'm
have
gonna
it.
set his case for a determination of counsel on Tuesday if he's still in jail. Thank you.
And Your Honor,
Yeah.
he previously did not qualify. He has no community ties. He's only been here about 2 weeks.
Okay, so
He
his bond is
advised.
100. We'll do a DSC on Tuesday, as I
Okay.
said. Thank you. Derek Hernandez Gonzalez. Sir, you're here for a charge of trespass in a structure, refusal to leave. I do find probable cause for this offense. If you would like to resolve the case, the offer is a withhold, time served, no return. Otherwise, I would stay the bond. Do you want a lawyer to help you with your case?
If that is gonna have a damage in my record, yes.
Okay.
But
You need to step back and fill out an application.
all right, and I have mental health issues.
Okay, so fill out an application for the public defender. Actually, let me just ask him questions. Sir, do you work?
No, I'm homeless
Do you
since
have-
1 month.
Okay,
and,
do you have any source of income? Of money?
Yes.
How much do you get and when?
700
How often do you get that?
every month.
Is that disability?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go ahead and find you, the clerk's office finds you qualify for the services of the public defender. I'll appoint them to help you in this case. I'll modify the bond to $100 or mental health PTR if he qualifies. Thank you, sir. 100 or mental health PTR. Sir, what's your name?
Charles Godwin.
Mr. Godwin, you're here for a violation of probation. You're being held on no bond status. I'll appoint, you do not qualify for a public defender. Let me just double check on that, though. How much do you earn every 2 weeks after taxes? What's your actual take home?
Like 900.
Does 900, do you support anybody?
My mother.
Does she work?
Yes.
900 with no dependents every 2 weeks? Does he qualify? Okay, so based on that testimony, you do qualify for the public defender. They'll help you with your violation of probation. You're being held on no bond status. Counsel enter denials?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, counsel. Crystal Pascal is next. 17 CT 6156. Ms. Pascal, I'll appoint a public defender to help you with your violation of probation. While on probation, it's alleged that you committed an act of dating violence. I'll enter denial, and you'll remain at no bond status, ma'am. The PD's office will help you. All right, ma'am, your name, please?
Danielle Delecia.
Ms. Delecia, you're here for a charge. You qualify for the public defender services in case number 19 CF 6837. I find probable cause for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts. Grand theft, 3rd degree, battery, dating violence, battery, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and possession of alprazolam. I find no probable cause to the possession of amphetamines with intent to sell or deliver. I do find probable cause for a lesser included offense of possession of amphetamines, however. State defense, any further objection to that?
No, Your Honor, that was my objection.
Your Honor, the state would be asking for 24 hours to request a supplemental report from the officer.
Okay, I'm going to deny that request at this time. He is entitled to a monetary bond, she is entitled to a monetary bond. Do you want me to follow bond schedule or any other considerations, state?
Your Honor, because of the severity of the charges, the state would ask for the no bond to be stayed.
And the basis for that, are you going to do a motion for pretrial detention? Because none of these are punishable by life offenses, which is the standard to hold somebody at no bond.
Your Honor, at this time, no.
Okay. And is the victim present, Troy Manning? All right. I'll go ahead and proceed. On the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and because there are multiple victims, I'm going to treat each with their own primary bond. On count 1, set bond at $2,500. On count 2, $2,500. Grand theft, $150. Battery, $100. Battery, $100. Aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, $150. Possession of alprazolam, $150. And possession of amphetamines, a lesser included, $150. Ms. Delazio, you're to have no contact with any victims or witnesses, to include Willie Celestine and Troy Manning. You're not permitted to possess any weapons. If you do own any weapons, they need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release. Do you live with them?
I lived with, well, I call him Mike. I don't know him by Troy.
But that is the same person?
Yes.
Okay, you cannot go back to where he lives for any reason whatsoever. No weapons to be surrendered within 6 hours. I'm also imposing that you not possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs. You have to report to pretrial release within 1 business day to arrange for random drug testing. Testing can begin anytime after June 10th. Anything else, state or defense?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. The next person is Joseph Fenwick. Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
Mr. Fenwick?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Fenwick, you're here on a capias for charges of robbery, battery in a person 65 age of older, and battery domestic violence. This is an add-on charge. You are entitled to monetary bonds on this case. Mr. Fenwick, do you need a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint a public defender. On the robbery charge, I'm going to stay the bond. On count 2, I'm going to set the bond at $2,000. On the battery domestic violence, that's a subsidiary, $100. You're not to possess any weapons. You're to have no contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. You must maintain a separate residence, no return to the scene of the crime. You're not to possess, use, or consume any alcohol, illegal drugs, or controlled substances without a valid prescription, Mr. Fenwick. Good luck to you, sir. Ma'am, good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Jessica Colon.
Ms. Colon, you're here in misdemeanor case number 19MM3990. I'm appointing a public defender to help you with the charge of battery, domestic violence, and I do find that there's probable cause. Sir, what's your name?
Luis Velez.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Luis Velez.
Mr. Velez, how do you know Ms. Colon?
She's my girl.
Do you live together?
Yes.
Are you afraid of her?
No.
Do you want her to return home?
Yes, ma'am.
And were drugs or alcohol a factor in any of this?
No.
If you were afraid in a future incident, would you be afraid to call the police?
Not really.
All right. Anything else, state or defense, for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $500 or pretrial release. If she qualifies, we can have her rescreened based on this testimony. You're to have no hostile contact with your boyfriend. You're not to possess any weapons. If you own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release from jail. Ma'am, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I read in the paper that I can actually make a statement writing down that if I need to get contact with him.
I'm going to allow you to have contact with him, just no hostile contact. You can't do anything to harm, threaten, scare, or intimidate him.
Understand that.
Okay?
Understand.
Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you can bond her out, or she can do pretrial release. Good luck to you both. Christopher Fowler is next. Mr. Fowler, good morning. You're here in case number 19MM3991. You qualify for a charge, you qualify for a public defender. You're here for a charge of battery, domestic violence. And I do find that there's probable cause. Based on your history, I'm setting your bond at $1,500. You're to have no contact with any victims or witnesses. You must maintain a separate residence and not go back to where the victim lives. And you're not to possess any weapons. All weapons need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release from jail. Any questions, Mr. Fowler?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Edison Hockaday. Mr. Hockaday, you're here for a charge of battery domestic violence. You do qualify for the services of the public defender. They'll help you with your case. Sir, based on your criminal history and the facts of this case, I'm setting your bond at $1,000. You're to have no contact with the victim, Octavia Smith. You must maintain a separate residence. You can't go back to where she lives. I'm also ordering that you not possess, use, or consume any alcohol, weapons to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Holly Kristen Horner.
Ms. Horner, you're here in case number 19MM3983. I'm not sure if you qualify for a public defender. What's your actual take-home pay after taxes and withholdings, ma'am? Approximately?
Bi-weekly?
Yes.
I think it's a little over 3,000.
Okay, ma'am. You make too much money to qualify for a public defender. You will get a bond today, or some form of release. You can hire your own attorney when you leave jail.
Okay.
Sir, your name, please?
Fred Matute.
I'm sorry, what is your name?
Fred Matute.
And how do you know Ms. Horner?
She's my wife.
Are you afraid of your wife?
No.
Do you want her to return home?
Yes.
And you were living together at this time, correct?
Yes.
Were drugs or alcohol a factor in any of this?
No.
Okay. Ma'am, in this matter, I'm going to set your bond.
Your Honor?
Yes.
Excuse me. What happened is that I called the police to make a police report, and I think there was a misunderstanding, and because the police asked me if I wanted to file charges against her, and I said
Let me just
no.
slow you down. All of your statements are being recorded and can be used for prosecution. I'm going to give her a bond today. The state attorney's office will reach out to you to get more information about the case to see if they're going to actually charge her with the crime. But usually police officers remove somebody from the home so the violence doesn't escalate. So I'm going to give her a bond, okay?
And then I'll appreciate if there are no fines or penalties against Holly Horner.
I can't make any charging decisions. So I'm going to set, based on your husband's testimony, do you want to return home, ma'am? You need to answer out loud.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $500 in this case. Was alcohol a factor?
I'm sorry?
Were drugs or alcohol a factor in any of
No.
this? Okay, you're going to post the bond for her?
Yes. I will
Okay.
pay it.
All right. Good luck to you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. What? Or I can do but how long is it going to take her to get out? Or I can do pretrial release. That's a program where you have to pay a smaller amount of money, but report in once a month. If you do the $500 bond, it's a $100 surety or cash bond of $500, okay? All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
The state will be asking for no hostile contact.
Oh, that's correct. I'm ordering that you have no weapons. If you own any weapons, they need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release, and you're to have no hostile contact with your husband. You can't do anything to harm him or scare him. Okay, good luck. No,
Your
no
Honor?
hostile, no weapons within 6 hours. 500 or PTR.
Your Honor, how do I make the payment for her to come with me?
Go to the first floor, they can explain that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if she wants it. Does she want it? Sir, what's your name?
Isaiah Joseph.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Isaiah Joseph.
Mr. Joseph, you're here in case number 19MM3983 for a charge of battery domestic violence. For your new charge, do you want a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you didn't fill out any paperwork, so I'm going to ask you some questions. There is a $50 application fee that I will impose. Do you work, Mr. Joseph?
I'm currently unemployed.
And do you have any other source of income?
Yes, I do.
And how much is that and what's it for?
I get around $500 a month from my mother.
From your mother?
Yes.
She just gives you money out of the kindness of her heart?
She helps me out.
Okay. And do you have any assets? Like like money in bank accounts, valuables, jewelry, cars, or property?
I have jewelry, yes.
Okay, what's the value of your jewelry?
About, I believe, $200.
Okay, thank you. All right, ma'am, how do you know, does he qualify? All right, I'm gonna appoint the public defender to help you in both this case and the case where he was out on bond and bonded out on May 3rd. Ma'am, how do you know, Mr. Joseph?
He's my boyfriend.
Do you live together?
No, but I sleep at his house all the time.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
Okay. Were drugs or alcohol a factor in any of this?
No.
All right, state any questions?
If a situation were to happen again, are you afraid to call 911?
No.
Nothing further.
Defense counsel, any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, I'm going to address both that case as well. He will get a bond in that case. But I'm also addressing case number 2019, CF 6383AO. The charge is grand theft. He bonded out on 5/4. What says the state? Defense, anything?
Defense would ask for a bond on that case.
All
Your
right.
Honor, just,
Want me to just take action on it, state?
yes, Your Honor, what are the charges on the 19 CFC 6383? You said grand theft?
Grand theft, 3rd degree.
The state has no objection.
All right, so I'll do double. All right, on the battery domestic violence, I'm setting your bond at $1,000. You're to have no hostile contact with the victim of this case. You're not to possess any weapons. All weapons do need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release from jail. Sir, based on your lack of criminal history, I am going to revoke your release on the felony case that you're out on bond, but I will give you a new bond. That bond is going to be $7,500. You're to commit no new law violations while you're out. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Sir, what's your name?
Anthony O'Connor.
Mr. O'Connor, you're here for a charge of battery domestic violence. You qualify for a public defender. They'll help you with your case. I'm going to set your bond at $1,000. You're to have no contact with the victim of this case, Sophie Jeffrey. You need to maintain a separate residence. You can't go back to where she lives, sleeps, or works, and you're not to possess any weapons. All weapons do need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release. Do you still have items that belong that are at Disney?
My clothes are all at Disney. I don't have anything of theirs, but all my stuff's still there.
Okay, is somebody gonna bring it home for you?
I've got nobody here apart from her, you see,
All right.
and if I can't speak to her, I can't speak to the, I'm not allowed in there.
If
It's
you
gonna
need to
be-
go back to Disney, call the hotel, call the police department. They'll escort you back to the location to collect your belongings.
Thank you.
Same thing goes for your house. You can't go back to where Miss Jeffries is. An officer needs to escort you there to collect your belongings. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Brittany Rodriguez. Ms. Rodriguez, good morning. You're here for case number 19MM3997. I find probable cause for the charge of battery. I'm not sure if you qualify for a public defender, so let me ask you some questions. What's your actual take-home pay every 2 weeks?
$944.
And that's the take-home pay? Do you support anybody?
My partner.
Okay, does he work?
Yes.
So you make too much money to qualify for an attorney, but you will have some form of release today. You're entitled to that. Sir, what's your name? I can't hear you.
Anthony Thompson.
Mr. Thompson, how do you know Miss Rodriguez?
She's my partner.
Do you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want her to return home?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of her?
No, ma'am.
You have to answer out loud.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Do you want to have contact with her?
Yes, ma'am.
And were drugs or alcohol a factor in any of this?
No, ma'am.
All right. State and defense, any questions for Mr. Thompson?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Mr. Johnson, if any situation would happen again, are you afraid to call 911?
No, ma'am.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to set your bond at $500 or PTR, you pick. Here are the conditions of your release. Okay, you qualify for pretrial release. That's not, it's about $30 for 3 months, but you have to report once a month. Do you want to do that, or do you want to just post the cash bond?
I'm sorry, can you explain that one more time?
I'll let your attorney explain that to you.
Okay.
It sounds like she wants pretrial release, Judge.
Okay, I'll put you on pretrial release. You're to have no hostile contact, and I'm sorry, she's not your attorney, but thank you for doing that as a friend of the court.
Yes, Judge.
You need to hire an attorney if you want one. No hostile contact with your partner, Mr. Thomas, and you're not to possess any weapons. If you own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered to the police department within 6 hours of your release from jail. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
This letter, are we allowed to have contact with each other?
Yes, you can have contact. It's just no hostile. You can't do anything to harm, threaten, scare, or intimidate him.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions, Mr. Thompson?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to both of you. Tyrone Williams? Mr. Williams, good morning. You're here for a charge of battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint a public defender to help you with your case. Based on your outstanding warrant in Georgia, finding probable cause for the charge of battery, I'm setting your bond at $2,000. Mr. Williams, you're to have no contact with the victim, LaShonda Presley. You can't go back to where she lives, works, or is known to frequent. And you have to surrender any weapons. No weapons to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. Sir, do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Good luck to you, sir. The next person is Gerald Anderson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Give me just a moment, sir.
Just want to say one thing. I'm sorry for anyone who's made you mad. I'm sorry. I hope they didn't make you mad.
What? All right. Sir, you're already out on bond for a charge of possession of cocaine and possession of MDMA. You just bonded out less than a month ago. Now you're here in case number 19 CF 6827 for possession of cocaine, possession of THC, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause for all of these offenses, and I'll appoint a public defender to help you with both of these cases. Sir, based on the fact that you are on bond and your criminal history, I'm revoking your release and holding you at no bond status in case 19 CF 5749. I'll stay the remaining bonds in 19 CF 6827AO, finding probable cause. Good luck to you, sir.
How do I get a bond?
I'm holding you at no bond. Your attorney can go ahead and file any motions in front of the trial division. Good luck to you, sir. Sir, what's your name?
Samuel Banker.
Mr. Banker, I'm going to appoint a public defender in case 19 CF 6795. You were arrested for charges of grand theft third degree and burglary of a structure. I do find probable cause. On count one, I'll decrease the bond to $150. On the burglary, I'll stay the bond. No return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victims or witnesses. Your new bond is $3,650. Good luck to you, Mr. Banker.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Stevie Barasoni.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. You're here in case number 19 CF 6828 for charges of introduction of contraband into a county facility. You qualify for a public defender. I'll appoint them to help you with this case. I find probable cause. I'm modifying your bond to $150, much like a subsidiary bond. Good luck to you. Sir, what's your name?
Colonel Christopher Blunt.
Mr. Blunt, you're here in case number 19 CF 3455. You have a trial in front of Judge Harris and a public defender. In that case, you're on active release. I also find probable cause in case number 19 CF 6814. I'm appointing a public defender in that case. I'll stay the bonds on the new case, revoke your release on the old case, and hold you at no bond status. Good luck to you, sir. Ma'am, what's your name?
Cynthia Marie Bruner.
Ms. Bruner, I'm going to appoint a public defender to help you with your case.
Thank you.
You're here for neglect of a child. Do you live with anybody else? Any other children?
No.
All right, you're to have no hostile or neglectful contact of your of any children. You need to comply with all conditions of the Department of Children and Families.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm also ordering that you not possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
Or have any drug paraphernalia.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to stay your bond at $1,000 plus that condition that you not possess, use, or consume any drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be subject to random testing. Report to the pretrial release program within 1 business day just for testing. You have to pay for the cost. Testing can begin anytime after June 10th. Good luck to you, sir. Ma'am. Your name?
Amanda Casal.
Give me just one moment. What happened with Jesus Cale? Bond? In Jesus Cale, 19 CF 6509, probable cause was already found, reset till tomorrow. Ms. Casal, sorry for the wait. You're here in case number 19 CF 6838. You qualify for the services of the public defender. I'm going to help them with your case. Give me a moment on this. Corrections, does she have any history? State, how much meth is it alleged that she had? For the trafficking? Am I missing something? All right. I don't find probable cause for the charge of possession of methamphetamines with intent to sell or deliver. How do you want to proceed on that state?
Your Honor, the state will be asking for 24 hours.
In the meantime, I'll stay the bond at $1,000. I'll give the state up to 48 hours. I'll reset it for tomorrow for probable cause on count 1. In the meantime, I do find probable cause for possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespass. Abide by all trespass orders. I'll stay the bond. We'll see if state can come back with information for the with intent to sell. I do find it for the lesser included offense of possession of meth. Do you want me to just make that finding and move on from their state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm just not clear. Do you want me to make the finding the lesser or set it, reset for tomorrow?
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. The state will be asking for a reset until tomorrow. So
I'll
I can
grant that
contact
request.
the officer.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna stay all the bonds, no PC on count 1. PD appointed. Sir, what's your name?
Jermaine Chambers.
Mr. Chambers, you're here in case number 19 CF 6756. Looks like the bondsman came off your bond. I'll give you a new bond of $1,000, and I will appoint a public defender for the charge of possession of cocaine. I find probable cause. Good luck to you, sir. Brenda Cross is next. Ms. Cross, you qualify for a public defender. They'll help you in case number 19 CF 6820. I find probable cause for unauthorized possession of identification card, uttering forgery, fraudulent use of personal identification information, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to stay all these bonds. You're to have no contact with any victims or witnesses. Good luck to you, Ms. Cross. The public defender's office will help you. Your name, sir?
Christian Elgadici.
Sir, it looks like I'll appoint the public defender for your violation of probation. You're here on a capias. The underlying offense is burglary of a structure and grand theft motor vehicle. Sir, you'll remain at no bond status on this violation of probation. Good luck to you. Sir, what's your name? Mr. Donaldson, good morning. You're here in case numbers. Give me a moment to get my paperwork in order. You're here for several cases. I find probable cause in all of them, and I'm also appointing a public defender. In case number 19 CF 6805, armed burglary of a dwelling with a firearm. I find that rises to the level of proof evident presumption great. And based on your history and these facts, I'll stay that bond at no bond status. You're also here for grand theft, third degree. I'll stay that bond at 150, probable cause found. In case number 19 CF 6804, burglary of a structure and grand theft third degree, I find probable cause, stay those bonds. In case number 19 CF 6803, attempted burglary of a structure, I find probable cause, I'll stay that bond. And in case number 19 CF 6802, I find probable cause, I'll stay that bond. You're to have no contact with any of the owners, no return to the scene of the crime, and you're not permitted to possess any weapons. All weapons need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release, sir. Thank you. Tabitha Eubanks is next. Will she qualify? No. All right, Ms. Eubanks, you're here in case number 19 CF 6793. I'm going to appoint a public defender to help you with your cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of marijuana charge. Give me a moment on this. The second charge being MDMA, having found probable cause, I'm going to stay all these bonds. Your total bond is $1,250, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I still have a bond then?
You do. The next person is Dominique Gillon. All right, you have two different cases. I'll address both of them, and I'll appoint a public defender to help you. In case number 19 CF 6840, you're here for trafficking in cocaine greater than 28 grams. You're also here for possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams with a weapon, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. On counts 2, 3, and 4, you are entitled to bonds. On count 2, I'll set the bond at $2,500. On count 3, I'll set the bond at $150. On count 1, I do find it rises to the level of proof evident presumption great, Mr. Gillian. So I'll hold you at no bond status. And then you're also here in case number 19 CF 6809, grand theft of a motor vehicle. I find probable cause, no contact with the vehicle owner, and I'll stay that bond at $1,000. Thank you, sir.
So no bond?
No bond on count 1, but you do have bonds in the remaining counts. And possess no firearms. Can you pull him back and just let him know no firearms or weapons? Surrendered within 6 hours of his release.
Your Honor, I believe this is a co-defendant case.
At IAs, you stay on temporarily, is what I've been told. Does he have any prior history on the co-defendant? Okay. How long has he been in Orange? How long has he been in Orlando? All right, thank you. All right, your name, please?
Dominic Gillen.
No, this is Millick. Okay, thank you. I'm also ordering that you have no firearms or weapons to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, what's your name? I see what we did. Sir, what's your name?
Malik Gillen.
Mr. Gillen, do you plan to hire your own attorney, represent yourself, or do you want a public defender because you feel you can't afford an attorney?
I get a public defender.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions to see if you qualify because you didn't fill out paperwork. There's a $50 application fee. Mr. Gillen, where do you work? Do you work?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any other source of income?
Unless it's coming off of my music.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I get paid by my music.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry, we did find the paperwork. You do qualify for a public defender. I'll appoint them to help you. I find proof evident, presumption great, and probable cause for trafficking in cocaine greater than 28 grams with the firearm. I find probable cause for possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver with a weapon, possession of cannabis greater than 20 grams with a weapon, and possession of a firearm in commission of a felony. He can be held at no bond on count 1, but he is entitled to bonds on count 2 or 3, but he has no history, defenses, or anything else I need to consider. All right. In this case, I'll hold him at no bond on count 1, on count 2, set bond at 150, count 3, 150, and count 4, 150. Do you live with your brother?
No.
Okay. I'm ordering no contact with the co-defendant, your brother in this case. I'm also ordering that you not possess any illegal drugs and that you not possess any weapons. If you own any weapons, they do need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. Sir, do you have any questions for me?
No.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Sir, what's your name?
Notier Gomez.
Mr. Gomez, you're here in case number 19 CF 3697. Do you plan to hire your own attorney, represent yourself, or do you want a public defender?
I already have Juan Salazar.
Okay, so Mr. Salazar will have to file his paperwork. You were arrested for first-degree murder with a firearm and attempted first-degree murder with a firearm. You're not to have any contact with the victim or any victim family members or any witnesses. You're also not to possess any weapons to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. I do make a finding of proof evident, presumption great, and you'll remain at no bond status in both of these. Let Mr. Salazar know we did your first appearance. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Devontae Harris is next. Do you already have an attorney, Mr. Harris?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to appoint a public defender in case number 18 CF 15907. You missed your court date for possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'll maintain a plea of guilty, not guilty rather, and you'll remain at no bond status. Good luck to you, sir. Sir, what's your name?
Anthony Hoyt.
What happened? Give me just one moment. Helms, what happened? Okay, on Helms, 19 CF 6788, reset till tomorrow. I do find probable cause, stay the bonds. Mr. Hoyte, you're here in case number 19 CF 6786, written threats to do bodily harm. You do qualify for the public defender. I'll appoint them to represent you. Probable cause has been found. Let me look at your history. Has the injunction been served upon him? Any? All right, I'm gonna set your bond at $2,500. No contact with any victims or witnesses, no return to where they live. And you have to surrender any weapons. You're not to possess any weapons. Any weapons need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release from jail. And that's based on no prior criminal history. Do you know if they're gonna try to serve him? No. Okay. All right, and you're not to, need to abide by any terms of any protective orders or injunction orders.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you, sir. The next person is Gregory Hudson. 18 CF 16837. I'm appointing a I'm sorry, do you have a public defender for your cannabis with intent to sell? Possession of cannabis and drug paraphernalia case?
They said I did. This charge has been ever since last year. I was out.
So you do have a public defender. All your statements are being recorded. You missed your court date, so you're being held at no bond status. You'll be seen in Division 12, Judge Harris. Good luck to you, sir. Kane Jerome. Sir, you're here for a charge of burglary to an unoccupied conveyance. You qualify for the services of the public defender. They'll help you with your case. Probable cause has been found. Your bond is set at $3,500. You're to have no contact with any victims or witnesses. Good luck to you, Mr. Jerome. Who bonded? Okay. Got it. Jeremy Neely.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Neely, good morning. You're here in case number 18 CF 16595 for charges of petty theft with 2 prior convictions, trespass, and resisting officer without violence. Do you already have a lawyer?
They said I already have my PD. This case is from last year.
Okay, so you missed your court dates. Defense counsel, I'm going to stay the bonds. Want me to give him a $1 bond on count 3 so he gets time on that credit?
Yes, Judge.
All right, I'll stay bonds on count 1 and 2, set a $1 bond on count 3. Who is it? All right. Okay, hold on Negron. Negron, on case 19 CF 6794, I find probable cause to all counts. I also find probable cause to resisting officer without violence. Reset till tomorrow. Refused. Alexander Pavlov, he bonded? Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. Sir, what's your name?
Luis Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez, I'm not sure if you qualify for a public defender. How much do you earn per week?
500.
Is that before taxes or after taxes?
After.
After? Do you support anybody?
What was that?
Do you support anybody?
Yeah, myself, my girlfriend, and her baby.
Is it your baby?
Her baby.
Okay. Does your girlfriend work?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender.
Yeah.
You'll need to hire your own attorney,
All right.
but you are entitled to a monetary bond. In this case, I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim, Carlos Celeste Robelato.
Yeah.
You're not permitted to possess any weapons. All weapons need to be surrendered within 6 hours of your release. You need to abide by any terms of the injunction. No return to where the victim lives.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. You cannot contact the victim even for purposes of the child. Did you already go to the home to collect some of your stuff with a police officer?
No.
I'll allow a one-time return, just like on the injunction, but you have to be accompanied by a police officer. Do not go there until you have a police officer with you. Your bond is set at $5,000.
Okay.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, what's your name?
Ivan Santana.
Mr. Santana, I'm appointing a public defender in both of your cases. I find probable cause for the charge of possession of cocaine. I'm staying that bond at $1,000. And you're also held at no bond status for your violation of probation in case number 19MM2287. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sir, what's your name?
Emilian Vladimir.
Mr. Vladimir, you're here for charges of possession of fentanyl, possession of cocaine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. You qualify for a public defender. They'll help you with your case. Based on your criminal history and your out-of-state ties, I'm going to stay all of these bonds. Sir, you're not allowed to have any weapons. You're to have no contact with Mr. Pavlov. And you're not to possess, use, or consume any illegal drugs. Your bond total is $2,500, sir. Good luck to you. Next person is Derek Stewart. Mr. Stewart, you're here for a charge of driving with license suspended as a habitual offender while revoked. You qualify for a public defender. I'll stay the bond at $2,500 or pretrial release if qualifies. Good luck to you, sir. Swanson bonded? Thank you. Sir, what's your name? 19 CF 6811, you qualify for a public defender. Sir, you're here for possession of MDMA and possession of cannabis. I find probable cause as to both counts. I'm going to stay the bonds as listed. Your total bond is $1,100. There is a detainer on him for unknown charges. Good luck to you, sir. Oh. What's your name, please?
James Wiggins.
I'm sorry, what is it?
Wiggins.
Mr. Wiggins, case number 19 CF 6818AO. You qualify for a public defender. I'm appointing them to help you with your case. You're to have no contact with any person under the age of 18. You're to have no contact with that co-defendant. You're not to go to any schools or parks as a condition of your release. Where is he on probation at? What? Yeah. Let me go ahead and address the burglary of a dwelling case. You're here for charges of burglary of a dwelling, attempted burglary of a dwelling, criminal mischief. I find probable causes to all of those. No contact with any victims or witnesses or co-defendants. No return to the scene. Let me know about that probation. And you're also here for contributing to the delinquency of a minor in MM case 19 MM 460AW. Palm Beach County? All right, so there is a 5-day detainer based on your probationary status, sir. You need to comply with all reporting requirements within 1 business day of your release from jail through the state of Florida. Sir, the facts in this case are very egregious. The court is also considering your criminal history, which was unknown at the time of the arrest, and the fact that you're on active felony probation. On count 1, I'm increasing the bond to $7,500, staying the bond on 2, 3, and on the misdemeanor. Good luck to you, Mr. Wiggins. Your name, sir?
Michael Williams.
Mr. Williams, you're here for failure to report as a sex offender. You do have a bond. It's $1,000. Do you need a public defender to help you with your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you fill out an application?
Ma'am,
Did you fill out the papers to see if you
No, I
qualify? I'm going to ask you some questions. Do you work?
I ain't filling that out.
What?
I ain't filling that out.
I'm going to ask you some questions. How much do you earn?
I ain't hear you, ma'am.
Do you work?
No, ma'am.
So you earn $0?
Yeah, I pay it.
Okay. Do you have any assets, like money in bank accounts?
Yes, ma'am.
How much money do you have in your bank account?
I don't know yet. I gotta find out.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender to help you with your case.
Okay.
Stay the bond at $1,000. Sir, you do need to comply with your reporting requirements for your sex offender probation and release within 1 business day, so by Monday afternoon.
Okay.
Good luck, or within 1 day of bonding out.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you, sir. Sir, what's your name?
Good Gary.
Mr. Gary, you qualify for the services of the public defender. I'm appointing them to help you with your case.
Yes.
Probable cause has been charged for petty theft. The charge in this bond is $500 in this case. You want an offer on the case, defense?
Your Honor, I mean, certainly we'll take one, but I have concerns because it is an enhanceable.
It is what?
It's an enhanceable offense. I don't know how many prior felonies he has.
He has prior felonies and misdemeanors. I don't see, he does have prior petty thefts. So actually, I'm going to revoke what I said. Because of the possibility of enhancement, I will stay the bond at 500, no return to the scene of the crime. He's also what? On probation. Oh, and he's on probation. Thank you.
I ain't never get a statement of the statement.
I don't know if you want to make a statement on the record. The state attorney's office is present in the courtroom. They're recording what you're saying, or we're recording what you're saying, so. All right, thank you, sir. Desmond Derrick? All right, I do find probable cause, reset till tomorrow, stay the bond. Rosen Finellis? What's your name, sir?
My name is Christopher Garcia.
What is it?
Christopher Garcia.
Give me one moment, Mr. Garcia. What happened to Finellis? We'll see if he bonded. All right, Mr. Garcia, you already have a public defender for a charge of possession of methamphetamines in case number 19 CF 2267. Give me a moment to pull that. Do you want a public defender in your marijuana case?
I mean, I'm not trying to have two cases. No. Yes.
What? So I'm appointing a public defender in the new marijuana case. I'm going to stay that bond at $250. I'm revoking your release in felony case number 19 CF 2267. You're being held at no bond status based on the facts in the new charge and the new offense. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. You do have two charges, two cases, rather. What? It goes down at 1? All right, your name, please?
Jared McCormick.
Mr. McCormick, you're here for a charge of trespass on property after warning. I'm going to appoint a public defender in your case. I do find probable cause. I'll set your bond at, I'll modify your bond to $100. If he would like to resolve this case, I can make an offer with no return.
I'd like to resolve it.
Okay, we'll
Thank you.
talk to your lawyer. The offer is an adjudication, 4-day offer, no return.
What's that mean?
Are you Mr. Mohammed? You have a 4-day offer too.
He would like to just stay with bond.
All right, I'll go ahead and find probable cause, no return, and stay the bond at $100. Thank you, Mr. McCormick.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And remember, on these, on like a 3-day offer, he'd be released this afternoon. On a 4-day, he'd probably be released tomorrow morning. So, okay, keep out. Mr. Mohammed, you're here for a charge of trespass on property after warning, the Wawa. I'll appoint a public defender. Your bond is $500. If you would like to resolve your case, it's a 4-day jail offer. You'd be released tomorrow.
I'll be released tomorrow?
Yes, if you
Yeah, I wanna
want to.
resolve it.
Do you need more time to talk to your lawyer?
No, ma'am.
Sir, how do you plead to the charge of trespass on property after warning, guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
No contest?
Has anybody forced you to plead no contest?
No.
Do you need more time to talk to your lawyer?
No, I just, how would 4 days be tomorrow if I came in? I just want to know how that.
Do you want me to give you more time? So
No,
you can.
I wanted to make sure that it's tomorrow.
You'll be released tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Mohammed, do you need more time to talk to your lawyer?
No.
All right. And do you understand that if you were on probation when you committed this trespass at Wawa, by entering a plea today, your probation would be violated?
Yeah.
Do you also understand that if you're not a United States citizen, you will be subject to deportation by pleading to this charge, Mr. Mohammed? You need to answer out loud.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services of your lawyer?
Yes.
At this time, I'll accept your plea. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 4 days in the county jail with any credit for time served. Pay your court costs by June 1st of 2020. No return to this Wawa location. You have 30 days to appeal. Good luck to you, Mr. Mohammed. Thomas Stokes. And for the record, I have a signed plea form. Sir, you're here for a charge of trespass in a dwelling. I'm going to appoint a public defender to help you with your case. I find probable cause. Abide by all trespass orders. No contact with the witness, and your bond is stayed at $500. Good luck to you, sir. Cindy Wright. Good morning, Miss Wright.
Good morning.
You're here for a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause for this offense. I'm going to appoint the public defender and release you on your own recognizance in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Make sure you appear for all future court dates.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Aaron Kelly? What's your name, sir?
Aaron Yoakley, ma'am.
Aaron Gilbert. I have Aaron Yoakley. Oh, I thought he said Gilbert. All right, sir, you're here for a charge of trespass on property after warning. I'm going to appoint a public defender in that case. I'm going to stay the bond at $500. Sir, you're also already on ROR status in case number 19MM156AW. I'm going to revoke that ROR status. I'll give you a new bond of $100 in that case. All right, good luck to you, sir. Your total bond is $600. Thank you, Mr. Yoakley. Your name, sir?
Wayon Lindo.
Sir, do you already have a public defender in your felony charges?
No,
you have Ms. Dickerson?
I have a lawyer, yes.
Okay. So in case number 19 CF 1610, you're out on bond. I'm going to revoke, oh, hold on, strike that. I'm going to take no action on that case. In case number 191630A CFA, you're here for a warrant. That's a warrant out of Seminole County, Florida for burglary of a conveyance and fraudulent use of a credit card. Your total bond in that case is $11,000. Let Ms. Dickerson know you're in jail now on the Seminole County case too, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Ricardo Pablo Villensoir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you're here for warrants in case number 15 CF 1487 out of Okaloosa County for a violation of community control. You're being held at no bond status. You're also being held at no bond status in Okaloosa County, case number 15 CF 1163. Okaloosa will come pick you up within 3 business days.
Those are both warrants, correct?
Pardon?
Those are both warrants?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Shane Bauer.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you're here in case number 17 CF 12423 for violations of probation. You're being held at no bond status. And These are in Orange County. Do you want a public defender? Do you plan to represent yourself or hire your own attorney?
I'm being represented by Corey Cohen.
Okay, so Mr. Cohen will continue to help you with your case. I'll enter denials in your case. Thank you, Mr. Bauer.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Your name, sir?
Ronald Holton.
Mr. Holton, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender. You'll need to hire your own attorney in case number 15 CF 11916. You're here for a violation of probation for committing an offense in misdemeanor case number 18 MM 29 and an offense of petty theft. I'll enter denials. You'll need to hire your own attorney. Sir, you'll remain at no bond status. You do have reporting requirements. After you get a bond and you are released, you need to comply with the sex offender reporting requirements. Mr. Holton, I'm going to set your case for a determination of counsel. Actually, they'll do a determination of counsel at your violation of probation hearing. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, what's your name?
Elijah Hoskins.
Mr. Hoskin, you're here in case number 19 CF 6813 for possession of MDMA. I do find probable cause. I'll go ahead and stay that bond at $1,000. You're also here for a violation of probation. Sir, do you plan to hire your own attorney, represent yourself, or do you want a public defender?
I got an attorney, he just
Okay.
can't.
What?
I got an attorney, he just can't be here today.
Okay, thank you. On that violation of probation, you'll remain at no bond status.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. All right, case number 18 CF 5134. Sir, what's your name?
Jerry Howe.
Mr. Howell, I'll appoint a public defender to help you with your probation case 18 CF 5134. I'll enter a denial and you'll remain at no bond status, sir. Good luck to you. Sir, what's your name? Mr. Maldonado, I'll appoint a public defender to help you with both of your cases. In case number 17 CF 4143, the officer treated it as an on-view violation of probation for the underlying offense of fraudulent securing services by fraud. So you'll remain at no bond status. And then in case number 19 CF 6774AO, you're here for driving with license suspended as a subsequent offender. While I do find probable cause, I'll reduce your bond on that to $1,000. The public defender's office will help you with your cases. The next person is Billy Mack Webb.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Mr. Webb?
Yes, ma'am.
You're here for a violation of probation. You were on probation for grand theft motor vehicle. It's alleged that you failed to report as directed as of December. It's further alleged that you didn't pay your cost of supervision. You weren't at your residence when you should have been, and you didn't make restitution payments. Mr. Webb, do you plan to hire your own attorney, represent yourself, or do you want a public defender?
Hire my attorney.
All right, so you remain at no bond status. I'll enter denials.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Webb. Michael Ashley? Yes. Good morning, Mr. Ashley.
Good morning.
Mr. Ashley, you're here for a charge of possession of cocaine and open container of alcohol. I'll appoint a public defender in your case. In case number 19 CF 6810, I find probable cause for the cocaine. I'll stay that bond at $1,000. On the open container, I'll release you. Do you want me to release him, ROR? Or is he going to be able to afford the $1,000 bond?
No.
Doesn't sound like he can afford one, so.
Okay, so on the open container, I'll give him a $1 bond. That's on 19M0899. So he gets time on that.
Yep.
And then what about Diana Valdieras? Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
All right. I'm going to appoint a public defender on the open container charge. I'll release her ROR. She does have a long history. If she wants, alternatively, I can adjudicate her guilty, give her a time served offer, give her time to pay. Do you want to take that offer and be done with your case?
Yeah.
Okay, do you need more time to talk to your lawyer?
No, I'll take time, sir.
Did you read that paper while you were in back? Did you read that paper while you were in back?
I did.
Okay, then go ahead and sign it if you understand it. How do you plead to the charge of open container? Guilty, no contest? And has anybody forced you to plead no contest? Ma'am?
Your Honor.
And Ms. Valdez, do you understand that if you were on probation when you committed this offense by pleading today, your terms of probation would be violated?
I'm not on probation.
Okay, but do you understand what I said?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you're not a United States citizen, you'll be subject to deportation by pleading to this charge? Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'll go ahead and, having read this plea form, I'll accept your plea. You're hereby adjudicated guilty, sentenced to time served. You're being released today on this charge. Pay your court costs by June 1st of 2020, and you have 30 days to appeal. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
All right.
No,
Good luck
Your
to you.
Honor. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
All right. Anything else from corrections? Yes, ma'am. She has to report within 1 business day to set it up, and then testing after June 10th. Yes. Anything else from corrections? No? Anything else from the PD's office or state?